What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And a lot of you guys were telling me how good John Randle was. So you know what we do here. I am the practice dummy. I'm going to go out there and see what's actually happening. Now, I want to tell you guys this so you understand. You guys have seen the gameplay. I don't know what happened to Alan Page. I don't know if they tuned him to make him do whatever he wants. But the dude has been a monster. Now, a lot of you guys, we've been debating about it. Should we go, pretty much just leave Myles Garrett there because of the weight differential? If we're going to use Alan Page, we might as well have a faster guy there with abilities. Yeah, that is something that we're going to absolutely consider. But at this point right now, what we're looking to do is see if the size of John Randle will help us in the actual defensive, the defensive game. With Alan Page, we saw that he was able to stop near close flex. We saw that he was able to get immediate pressure off the snap. If John Randle is able to do that at a better level, then we might as well go with him. Now remember, the only reason that we're trying these guys out with a little bit more speed is because Warren Sapp is a goon, but he's just not fast enough. And pretty much he throws dudes out the way, but he's extra fat with cheese, and then he doesn't do anything else after that. He pretty much throws the guys out the way, and then you're playing against RG3s, Lamar Jackson, Michael Vicks. They're going to outrun you and go for 6. And that's what the problem is. So right here with John Randle, we're going to go ahead and upgrade him and see what he's about. Now, he only goes to about 87 speed. I think, Sapp is at 84 speed with the, the 90 plus, 94, 95 acceleration. So he gets off the ball pretty well. Also, please note that this guy is not an NFL 100 player. So he does not start off with his Superstar X Factor activated. For those of you guys that were wondering about it. All right. So now as we go through everything else, that's in the game, and we look at some of the abilities that goes on, he actually gets run stopper, which is a huge thing. We were using inside stuff with Alan Page, so it was like, a lot of you guys are like, yeah, does it matter? Look, inside stuff was fine for me. He was getting instant sheds on dives, fullback dives, whatever. So, as far as the run stopper, that's all of them in one. So I guess it's pretty much, it's an easier thing to deal with because now you can stop all the different versions of the runs. But as a D tackle, you pretty much need inside stuff. Do not let anybody just run up the middle and be an idiot. That's pretty much what you're looking for your D tackles to do. So everything else that we're looking through right now, I'm trying to see what else do we really need? What else can we add to him at the D tackle position to make him a little bit more OP? And I think that we're just going to pretty much go with, we're going to give him finesse specialist. He is a gold 99. So guys, just keep in mind, you could play around with this. You know what I'm saying? Finesse specialist, pass rush elite. Give him edge threat elite. Like whatever, bro. Even though, he's not on the edge, just see what it does. You know what I'm saying? Just give him those, see what you could do with those things, and see if it affects the gameplay with, how he moves around the O-line. Maybe it helps him. Maybe it is OP. We might find something that we could use for Madden 21 early on. Because remember, a lot of these abilities are going to still be going on in 21. I've been getting so many questions about it, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? What's going to be happening with, 21? What do you think about the abilities? Well, pretty much they've added a lot more. So they're giving you guys a lot more freedom to do different things. How would it affect the game? Are all of them going to work? We all know probably, there's going to be certain things that don't work with the game. We know that. There's going to be certain abilities that's going to have to be tuned immediately. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes are going to be running around doing whatever they want. Now, think about it, right? Depending on how it works out, when you get the game, if you get the game at launch, this is what happens. Pretty much we go into, when the game comes out, right? You play the game, you see what works. After you see what works, now you figure out going forward what else needs to be done. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you go into games early, you get that advantage. Once people see it, more people start doing it. EA is like, hold on. That's exploitation. We got to go ahead and stop this. We got to patch it. Even though it's not really something crazy. Like I said, with the armbar, I saw gameplays where, in August when the game was released in 2019, where people were playing with regular teams and Zeke Elliott was punching dudes into the crowd. Is that a problem for me because it's not Street Fighter? Look, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because would you have been able to stop it if you have skill at the game? Probably. Would a newcomer be able to stop it? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess EA is like, we got to really tone it down. That's why now you pretty much get one armbar, per drive. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they limited it. But I don't like that because I don't think that that's fair based on the fact that we've seen Derrick Henry punch dudes all the way up the field. But they had to nerf it. So the reason that I bring all this stuff up and why we're doing all this experimentation is if we find something late, right, and then we bring it into 21, we're going to be able to utilize that for at least a couple of weeks, unless it's really, really wild where they have to just say, you know what, we got to patch it crazy. You know what I'm saying? right here, I'm doing this because of you guys. You told me he was raw. We're going to try him out. So that way you guys can say, oh, yo, you didn't even try John Randle out, bro. I'm going to try him out. If the dude is garbage, all of you guys that told me he was raw, dog, like I'm looking, yo, hey, bro, like, yo, I can't take your advice anymore. That's why I tell you guys, bro, at this point, we're just having fun with the game so I can see exactly who knows Madden Ultimate Team and who doesn't. Because if you're telling me that this guy is good, he should give me instant sheds. He should be able to do a lot of the things that Alan Page was doing. So we'll be able to figure all that stuff out as we go forward. Now, remember this though, all right? The weight and the builds, even though the builds of the players, you prefer them to be certain ways, you're gonna find different advantages with people that are slender in certain parts. Like that's why most of the guys that you're playing right now that's sending 3, they have Myles Garrett at D tackle. How many of you guys have been playing dudes that just sending 3 dudes and Myles Garrett is in your backfield chilling? That's because, you know, in certain cases, if he triggers the right animation, his speed and acceleration is so ridiculous, he's coming right after you. But sometimes he won't be able to move. Now, whether they double team him or they don't, or whatever they're doing, none of that really matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a big issue. The problem is, can he consistently stop the up the middle threats? That's what you're looking for when you start to gauge, you know, as far as like your D tackle goes and, you know, developing your defense around that. Now, another question that you guys are asking, Gmia, I don't play 3-4. So does it matter about my D tackle because they're offset from the actual center? If that's the case, then I guess with that, you're not going to get the same feel. Because, like, to be honest, you know, the 3-4 is the glitch. Because with the D tackle right over the center, even if you have Kevin Mawai my way, who is one of the better centers in the game, when they activate those abilities, you know, power specialist, pass rush elite, and they throw them out the way, it's instant pressure. If you're in like a 4-3 or you're running like nickel and stuff like that, you're gonna have more issues because now you're splitting the gap. You got the center and you got the guard there. So what I've noticed is when I play people that have abilities on those players, it's easier to block them. You see what I'm saying? Because now the center can come over real quick and help out. So I'm not telling you guys like, yo, you got to run 3-4 or whatever, dime 1-4-6, whatever gives you that D tackle over the center. I'm not telling you have to run that, but I'm telling you get the best animations through that because it's just like right away, it's a one-on-one action. And bro, if EA gets you the way that they want you and they allow your opponent or they allow you to just throw the center out the way, it's over. So with this situation right here, John Randle is only going to get Kem to like an 87 speed. So that's not that crazy, but if he has, you know, the proper moves and he has the proper weights, you know, he could probably clog up the middle a little bit more than Alan Page because you can visibly see that Alan Page is a very, very small dude. Like he's just very, very, bro, the dude is mad skinny and slender. Like he's not looking bulky. They didn't make his build anything like crazy. So this is another guy that we're going to be adding to the team right now. And no, we're not going to be putting abilities on him. We're going to be, like I said, trying out John Randle. The thing about him, though, he's 99 all across the board, right? But he's still slower than Alan Page. Well, he's slower than Alan Page, but he's slower than Myles Garrett also. But the bigger thing about it is he is heavier, right? So he might be able to do a little bit more. It's a possibility we might try him there. I don't know. I don't think we should. I think we should probably keep the natural D tackle positions where they are, because when you start doing that, it starts to affect the way everybody else plays. So I don't know if we're going to do that, but I'm just putting that out there that it is a possibility we could try him at D tackle. But I think if you're not going, you know, Alan Page, Warren Sapp, you know, Myles Garrett, those guys are the glitches. But this guy's card is outrageous. So even if we just have him there on the squad, he's going to add a different dimension. And then we're just adding, you know, more and more golden tickets by the day, just trying to put them in there, see what's going on, and see how it heavily affects the way the defense plays. Because if you play somebody that doesn't have a decent offensive line, it should equal instant pressure and picking up their moms, dropping her off without paying the Uber, and just having no respect. That's what it should equal. Now, look, that mathematical equation, you probably won't understand it, but when dudes are screaming immediately at the snap, that's what we're looking for. So there's a lot of different ways that we can manipulate this situation, but I think having him there, even without abilities, is going to be dangerous. So you can go ahead and see 87 speed, 95 excel. You see Myles Garrett, bro, that dude right there, he goes to a 91 speed. You see what I'm saying? With that different acceleration, but you can see he's chemmed up with different strength and all the other stuff. So that's why he goes crazy. but he is out of position, and sometimes EA Sports may give you a penalty for it. Just a point of order, we're going to be changing that brawler from the way that it is, and also adding the pass rush ×4 to his card, because obviously he's a 99 now, so give him the higher ratings. Always make sure you guys do this. Sometimes I mess up, and then I get a rebate for the 3, like get a refund for the 3, and then put the 3 right back on. It's like weird, but make sure you put Sprinter on them if your team is being redesigned like mine's, because I don't have all the brawlers anymore because my defense is a little bit different with the setup. So I have to give him Sprinter right now, and then we're going to take a look and see what he's doing. And then finally, we've been able to put together a couple of videos where we've revamped the team. You guys should have been able to see both. If you've watched both videos of this new revamp with the golden tickets and all these changes, do me a favor and write the number 2. That way I know you watch both videos, bro. Because now we're about to go into a gameplay and see exactly what these players can do. And if John Randle, John Randle is as good as you guys said he is, I got a feeling though the dude's garbage. But again, that's just a feeling that I have. I don't know if it's for sure or whatever it is. But we're going out with Sean Taylor, John Randle, Lawrence Taylor. All right. If you guys want to see that gameplay, you know what to do. Write the number 7 in the comment section right now. Spam it. I'm gonna see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.